So students, as we have discussed now all topics related to the friction, now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of friction. So what do you call it? Is it advantage to have a friction or not? Okay, so here we are going to discuss that the friction is actually work as both, because it is sometimes good in some particular condition and it is actually a bad thing in some particular other conditions. Okay, so here if it is necessary, so we can say that it is a good thing, and we can say it is evil if it is work as a bad thing. Okay, so here is the advantages of friction. Let us discuss it first. So now it actually help us in walk without slipping. Okay, so slipping is actually that friction holds. Okay, if there is no friction, that we cannot even afford to walk, because our foot actually, when it is not in contact, like if you are walking, you actually get your heels up for the first time, and because you cannot hold, if the friction is not here, your body could not hold the position of your body in a sequence manner, in a balanced manner. Now because of friction, your toes actually make the frictional force, that is the attachment with the surface, that actually balance the body. Okay, so foot tries to slip in the backward direction. Why? Because the foot actually moves in backward. Like if you are walking here, students, let me draw a foot for you. Okay, so when we start walking, we actually make our heels detached with the surface first time. If we are detaching our heels with the surface, okay, like if we are uplifting it here, so it actually no contact with the surface in this condition, so we actually move in the back direction. Okay, because of inertia also, because our body wants to be in static position. Our body do not want to move further. If you are standing like this, your surface will not allow you to move in forward motion. Okay, but now because the surface of our toes is actually in contact with this surface, okay, our skin molecules are in contact, our irregularities will be in contact with the surface. Now because this going to be detached, still we are having a hold here. Okay, that is why we are able to move in forward direction, because that forward direction get balanced by the frictional force that is actually acting in opposite direction. So here is the second advantage of friction, that it actually stops the balls or any object that is moving over the surface. If there is no friction, that is work, this football is going to move forever. Yes, it is not going to stop anytime, and it is again and again rotating our earth like this, like our satellites. Yes, that is why friction is actually working here. Then only you will be able to play any game. Yeah, of course. If there is no friction, and if a slight hit of a bat going to be come to the ball, it is going to be always a boundary. Yes, obviously. So friction works a very good role here to stop anything automatically. Okay, now the third point here would be picking and holding things. Okay, due to grip here, that is why I am able to hold this marker also, because the grip between the marker and my hand works to hold me this marker. If there is no friction, that is actually a static friction, like the molecules of my hand and the marker are actually get like this. Okay, they are going to insert in each other like this, and there would be adhesive force in between them, so that I am actually able to hold this marker. Okay, that is why weightlifter holds such a weight. Okay, it's because weight is so much, so their grip would always be very good. Okay, and the bottle here also get hold by the student because of the frictional force. One more example of advantage of frictional force is your writing. Because of the friction between your pencil and the paper is actually make graphite to rub over it, okay, to like move over it, because the particle of the graphite get inserted in the irregularities of the surface of the paper. If we zoom up the paper, there must be irregularities like this, and the surface get filled by the graphite particles here. That is why it appears to be black to you. In the same manner, your teacher is teaching you and it is using the board here. Okay, so the particles of the irregularities get filled by the particles of the chalk here. Here also I am using color pen. Okay, so here the glass here in front of me have certain kind of irregularities, and that actually filled by the marker refill, or we can say ink. Okay. Continuing here, we are having lots of example, and even these examples are not like the only examples of the friction and advantages of friction. You can see various types of example in day-to-day life. As see the matchstick here, the matchstick is actually get lightened up because of the friction between the like this lead that is on the matchstick and the graphite that is on the box, and they are going to rub each other and it get lit up. Okay, in the same manner, if you want to insert a nail in the wall, okay, so the surface of the wall is actually get attached with the surface of the nail, and it is going to be static at the position. Okay, so here we can see a lots of examples that are actually surrounding us, and they are actually advantages of friction.